Okay, I know some people will have an issue with what I'm going to say here, but I never understand this. People always act like you're supposed to gain weight the way everyone else does. Yet, they're more than willing to admit that your body fat distribution is different than another person. This is why we have different body shapes. Yet, they get shocked when you put on weight more in one area than another. Like, I never get that. It never makes any sense to me at all. But, yeah, I'm just responding to this video O'Shea Dukes Jackson did on on Iggy Azalea. To me, it's weird because if we look at her throughout history, she's always been a pear, and she's always had a lot of weight on her lower half. To me, I never understand. People always would say like things like, in his case, he's trying to say she looks bigger. I looked at her photos. She looks the same in the past 7 years as she has. Her butt looks the same, thighs look the same, hips look the same. She's huge down below, but that kind of makes sense because she has no natural breasts. I mean, where do you think the fat goes? If a woman doesn't have breasts, and she literally has no breasts, she only has breast implants. She naturally doesn't have any breast fat. Her body doesn't give a darn that she put implants in her chest and now somehow that's supposed to count as fat or something to you? No, she still has no fat on her upper half. Her body won't produce fat on her upper half because that's how her body is wired, basically. So it's weird to me how people will be like, oh, she looks a lot bigger certain times than other times. Well, it's like, if you looked at her stomach, one, it doesn't look as flat and as small as it does when her bottom is smaller, which makes sense because she is putting on weight. Now, not a lot, obviously, but still putting on weight. And this is the thing, I've always noticed this personally, like, I never understood it. As someone who, I'm shaped the same way, opposite wise, though. But people always act like you have to put on weight on your thighs, or your hips, or your butt, when the main place you gain weight is on your boobs. Like, for me, I was a C cup at 80 pounds. So you mean to tell me you think that I'm gonna stay a C cup at 120 pounds? What the fuck? Why'd I hold on to a C cup at 80 pounds if at 120 pounds I was gonna be a C cup? Does that make any fucking sense? That doesn't make any sense. It's the same thing here. If someone's really skinny and they have a big butt, then obviously when they're not so skinny, their butt is going to be even more ginormous. So that's why I don't get why people try to act like that was a fake attribution or whatever. I mean, like, it just seems like weight gain to me. Especially since, I mean, if you were getting plastic surgery, wouldn't you at least fix the skin on your butt? Or chest for that matter? Like, if I were getting breast implants, I wouldn't just let cellulite stick around on my boobs. I mean, like, who leaves cellulite on a place where you're trying to get done? She literally has cellulite. She's always had cellulite. A lot of cellulite at that. I mean, if you were getting plastic surgery, you would actually get cellulite and get your butt done. So it's just kind of weird to me. I mean, like, acting like she has plastic surgery in that regard when she literally got breast implants to even out her lower half. I mean, I kind of also don't realize why people always focus on her bottom when her chest is a major part where you would understand someone would get plastic surgery for such a thing. So, I mean, like, why the hate, why the accusations? And she obviously got plastic surgery elsewhere. Why are you obsessing over a cellulite butt that is just, what it is. That's a pear shape. Not everyone is going to gain weight as an hourglass. And I get annoyed by this because it's like, like I said, in my personal experience, it's like I've had people assume that you have to gain weight on your thighs and your hips and stuff when you're not going to gain weight on your hips and thighs. When you are top heavy and you gain on your breasts and maybe a little on your stomach, but mostly on your breast, your back, and your shoulders, like a normal inverted triangle does. You know, the normal traditional triangle, for example, gains more weight on their butt, hips, and thighs. Now, you're not going to expect a pear to gain weight on their shoulders, their chests, their waist that much, their arms. Those things are going to stay skinny. And as you can see, her areas in those regions are always skinny because she's a pear. So, it's nonsensical for people to think, oh, it's got to be plastic surgery. If you see everything else is fatter, like the thighs are fatter, there are no thigh implants. And hip implants aren't that popular either, especially when someone has had hips the whole time through. So, hating on someone just because they're white and they're pear-shaped is stupid. I get tired of these situations. People have been constantly trying to hate on her since the beginning just because she was white and pear-shaped. Let a white woman be a woman for once. Let them have their female parts, dang it. As you guys act like they can't be curvy, they can't have this. What's really going on is you're just fucking jealous. And you need to stop. You just need to stop. Focus on yourself. I'm not jealous of someone like that. I'm not jealous of people with big bottoms, of any race for that matter. I'm happy with what I have. I don't get why people have to try and be focused on people, especially of other races, for having big bottoms. Like, anyone can have a big bottom of any race. And black women don't all have big bottoms either. I'm one, and I don't have a big bottom. So that's why it's so annoying with this whole idea that the white woman has to have a flat bottom, and if she has a bottom, it must be plastic surgery. They do this with this girl, they do it with Kardashians, they do it with so many people. And in the other case, it's like it's a familial thing. You can see it throughout the whole family. But still, somehow, it's got to be plastic just because they're not black. It's stupid. So, what are black people without bottoms? Are black people without bottoms people who, we got our butts sucked out? We're plastic too? We got our butts sucked out? Like, this doesn't make any sense. It's annoying. And it goes with the whole idea, too, that black women are overweight, too, which is not a good look for us, We have a lot of different bad stereotypes. Why do we try to hold on to them? I don't know. But I'm basically done with this video. It's a bit of an annoyance, and it just bothered me that O'Shea Duke Jackson was trying to say she had a bigger bottom than what she's had. Her bottom looks exactly the way it's been looking. I looked at the photos. It's been looking like that. So making up stuff because you have some kind of problem personally, it's just, stupid. All you have to do is look up her photos of her butt, and there are plenty of photos of her butt since 2015 having the same butt. And yes, she lost weight, she gained weight around that time, but a lot of other parts of her are bigger too. So I guess she got implants for all of her lower half, thighs, hips, and butt. Like, come on now, think, dumbass.